Hello guys, hi, bienvenidos a mi casa y a mis noticias. Hi guys, welcome to my home and welcome to my news. So this is just a quick update to let you know what is going on on the field here in Costa Rica. So as you know, I am currently in language school. Praise the Lord. I am on month 3 of an 8-month term of learning Spanish, and things are going really, really well. So, just a little bit of information about my language school. Language school is called Cincel, which in Spanish means chisel. And when we say chisel, that is not a joke. So what I love about being here at Cincel is not only that I get to learn the language, which is a very important part of the ministry. I cannot tell people the gospel if I cannot speak in their language. Entonces, estoy aquí. So, I am here. What I love about this is it's not just an opportunity to learn language, it's also an opportunity to be formed spiritually and to be formed mentally to handle the challenges that come with being on the field. So, before we get into all of that, I just want to say thank you so much! You are an important part of why I get to do what I get to do, because God obviously called me to be a missionary, and he, if he wanted to, could bless me with all the money in the world at the snap of a finger, but that's not how he chose to do it. He asked for faithfulness among men, and you responded, and you said yes, and because of that, I get to be here, and I get to answer the call of God in my life, but also we get to reach the world, and I think that that is absolutely awesome. So high five to you. That's a high five there. I'm going to go ahead and receive that for you. And honestly, this is a genuine thing. I don't take for granted anything that you guys do to provide your monthly support or even the one-time gifts that have come in to keep this team running smoothly, because without you, there's no this. So thank you very much. And I pray that you keep saying yes every single month. So I wanted to give you just a little update on what's going on here. I guess the biggest news that I could share is that Team Peru, obviously we are a Peruvian missionary team. We are headed to the jungles of the Amazon to work with the unreached people groups that live in the Amazon. And because Cincel is what it is, while I'm here learning the language, I'll also be able to jump right into the ministry of indigenous people groups, because Costa Rica actually does have indigenous peoples. So starting in February, I will be going on monthly trips out to the border of Costa Rica and Nicaragua to work with the unreached indigenous groups there. We're going to be starting a children's ministry, and with all things missions, whatever we start eventually culminates into planting a church, because if you don't plant a church, what you do doesn't last. And so I just wanted to say thank you again, because we get to be here and impact the lives of unreached people groups and indigenous people here, and then we get to go to Peru and do it all over again. So I love it. It just goes to show that nothing is ever wasted, and the Lord knows exactly what he's doing. So along with learning the Spanish language, and I get to do ministry, and that has come in the form of being a part of Bible studies, and I love my church. I have an amazing church, and they love God, love people. I get to hang out with them every single Sunday, and we actually have a women's Christmas gift giving dinner tomorrow, which is just wonderful. Anytime that you can make people feel seen and feel loved, that to me is ministry, and I love that I get to be a part of that, and I love that my church provides that. Church has also been like a kind of double-edged, not sword if you will, but kind of, because I go to get fed, but I also get to go and practice my Spanish. Everything's in Spanish, so I get to learn new worship songs in Spanish and see what worship and church looks like in a Latin American context. And I think that nothing beats that, getting to learn what this part of the world calls worship and what love looks like here. Nothing can replace that, and that's going to be invaluable to my time on the field. So a few updates. Obviously, we're going to be starting Indigenous ministry here soon, so go ahead and pray for that. I am so excited to be a part of that. And if you have done children's ministry in the U.S. and you have experience or tips that you would like to give, I'd love to receive them. So go ahead and press that reply button on this email and let me know because I am accepting all advice. We also just went through a very intensive leadership conference here, which I honestly just kind of changed me in a lot of ways, a lot of really good ways that I'm excited to have been a part of, which I guess brings me back to how important and how cool Cincel really is, because it's not just the place where I'm here learning Spanish. It's a place where I'm here learning the language of the people that I'm going to minister in, and also learning the culture of the people that I'm going to minister in, and also learning the culture of missions and what it looks like to be effective for the Lord and how to stay healthy in that being effective. And so that has been really, really, really cool. So I wanted to share some of the things that have been imparted to us. One of the things that we say here in Cincel all the time is poco a poco, which means little by little. Anything that you do, you always start little by little. And if you feel like you have to rush into it, maybe stop and ask the Lord for some wisdom and some guidance and see what he says. But if something is looking like a mountain, you don't ever climb a mountain in one leap. You take it step by step. Poco a poco is the motto. Little by little, it can be done, which goes right into our next one. Inch by inch, life's a cinch. Yard by yard, life gets hard. So it's just a reminder to slow down, trust the Lord in the process, and do not despise those small beginnings, and he will make something great out of them, because that's what he does. And this is just a reminder that this isn't all on our shoulders. God called us, but he doesn't need us. He uses us because he loves us. And it's a privilege and an honor to be a part of what he's doing. But if ever anything gets hard, it gets too hard, it's good to remember that this is his thing and we're just partnering with him. So one of the things that we just learned from our leadership conference is that God has appointed us to be managers over what he has created. And when you're a manager instead of an owner, you can go to the owner when there are problems. So this is my advice to you. God has called you to be a partner and a manager of what he has given you. And so whenever you feel like the task has become too much, don't feel as though it's all on you to hold it all and keep it running. Go to the one who put you in that position in the first place, and he has what you need, because it's on him. It's kind of like when you're renting a house, There's a landlord who comes in and they fix up everything when it needs to be fixed. And even though that thing belongs to you, the problems are not your responsibility. That belongs to the Lord. So I hope that made sense, and I hope that was freeing for you today. And also, because I don't want this video to be too long, demasiado largo. Mi palabra favorita, my favorite word, is demasiado. Y entonces también. I use those words all the time. Entonces means so. I use them all the time. I wanted to share with you just some of the things that we have been learning here in Costa Rica. And so we have been walking through Matthew chapter 6, the Lord's Prayer in Spanish. And I wanted to take some time to share that with you today. I could actually start because I've already learned this in the Español. Entonces, Mateo 6:9 dice, por eso ustedes deben orar así: Padre nuestro que estás en los cielos, santificado sea tu nombre. For this reason, you should pray like this: Heavenly Father, or our Father, who is in heaven, hallowed be your name, or glorified be your name. Matthew 6:9. I should have had this prepared. I'm so sorry, guys. We're almost there. Oh, by the way, this is my Spanish Bible. I got this at missionary training, and my Bible says Vida Plena, just like the name of my church. So I think that is from the Lord, that I am there. Okay, so here we are. Matthew 6:9. Por eso, ustedes deben orar así: Padre nuestro que estás en los cielos, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga tu reino. Hágase tu voluntad, como en el cielo, así también en la tierra. El pan nuestro de cada día, danoslo hoy. Y perdónanos nuestras deudas, como también nosotros perdonamos a nuestros deudores. Which is, your kingdom come. Hágase tu voluntad, do your goodness, just like in heaven and on earth, or as in heaven, on earth. Our daily bread for each day, give it to us, and pardon our debts, just like we pardon the ones who have sinned against us. This is the Lord's Prayer, and this is what we're learning right now. So I just thought I would share that with you. And I wanted to say thank you. I hope this video reaches you in peace and that you are loved. Well, I don't have to hope that you are loved because you are loved. And I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Bye. See you later.